Okay, I'm recording now.
Okay, it is notices hereby given that the meeting of the Sandy Oaks Park Advisory Committee will be held on Tuesday, February 2nd at 6:32 p.m. by telephonic video conferencing for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. All agenda items are subject to action. In an effort to advance the public health goal of limiting face-to-face meetings, to slow the spread of coronavirus, there will be no in-person public access to the meeting. The public may participate in the meeting by using the link that you see on the agenda published on the website and the links and dialing information. The public will be permitted to offer public comments telephonically or by audio as provided by the agenda and permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting. Written questions or comments may be submitted to the chairperson up to 2 hours before the meeting by emailing to my email, trapino@thecityofsandyoaks.com. So I'm going to call the meeting to order, and I'm going to just read the participants that are here rather than having a quorum call. Myself, Tom Rapino, Catherine Yelton, Charles Fillinger, Chris Maldonado, and Ruth Carbajal. And so the next agenda items are citizens to be heard, and there is one, and I'll read their comments, and this will probably, I contacted this person prior to the meeting to try and set up another meeting. I don't see that they have dialed into the meeting, so hopefully they will contact me and we'll set up a meeting that I will invite everyone to, because it sounds like a worthwhile comment. And here's the comment. I don't know if you all have seen it, but I'll read it. Would like to know what we can do as a community to fix the baseball field, volleyball courts, and get a light put up for the basketball court. My husband and I would also like to participate on cleaning the baseball field with the equipment we have to get things started, if that isn't a problem with the committee. I'm sure most of us are bored, stuck at home, and would like to have some sort of entertainment closer to home. Why not be more active and getting our kids outdoors more than stuck on electronics? School is already virtual, but their whole life shouldn't be. So I think that's worthy of meeting with these people and seeing what they can do to enhance those activities within the city. Anybody have any um, comments on this? And would anybody be willing to meet with them along with me and whoever else is interested?
Yeah, I definitely think that it's worth following up. Uh, the uh, baseball
Hello?
field. Hello.
Hey,
Am I-
sorry I'm late.
Oh,
okay. This is Ray Lynn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyhow, on the public comment, I think it's worth following up with them to have, and I think they're looking at Little League, and to have Little League, we have to have some parental involvement. So if you can set up a meeting with them, I would like to attend.
Yeah, I
That's
will
all right.
definitely set up a meeting if they're willing to participate in a meeting. And I think they are because they sound like they are genuinely interested in getting something done. Now, I'm not sure they want to go to the extent of Little League, but maybe they do. So I will reach out to the lady again tomorrow and and hopefully get a response.
Oh, okay.
Could
Anyone else?
not be a volunteer on the committee if she was interested?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I said, could she not also be a volunteer on the committee if she's interested?
Sure, if she's interested, right.
Okay. All right, that answered it.
Okay, then I'll move on to, any further discussion? If not, then I'll move on to, agenda item 3. And this is a real, jewel, that, Alderman Fillinger came up with, discuss and possible action on locating a feasible economic sunshade solution for the playground area. And Charles, I'll let you run with this one because I think it was a stroke of genius to come up with this solution.
Well, I would wish that, but I'm not sure that that's a fair statement.
Well,
At our last meeting when we were discussing shades and such, Mickey brought up the idea of maybe talk to some pole barn builders. When I started researching that, I ran up on a website. It's actually, I think the name of the company is Allen's Carports. And what I was looking at is actually a 24 by 36 foot RV type carport with 14-foot long legs on it, which would clear all of the equipment down there. And the total price with the upgrades I think we need on that is $4,430. And that is the installed price. So we won't have to try to look for a lot of volunteers to involve them with labor on this. That is just so far below everything else we've looked at. I think we should take a look at our parks budget and see if we can work that amount in there.
hell, I'd
Sounds
be
good to
willing to
me.
throw in everything we can just to solve that problem.
Let's just do it. I'm just playing.
What'd you say?
Okay.
I said, let's just do it.
Right, yes.
Well, we will have to take a look at what we have in the parks budget. We have been authorized $800 for Butterfly Garden, and we've been authorized $550 on the water wagon project. I don't know that there's enough money in there, but we can take a look at that and then move it to council for approval. If we have the money, well, actually move it to council for approval and let them figure out the money.
There you go.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's really, an answer to our prayers.
So,
So,
I move that we, ask Tom to, well, I guess, yeah, Tom will make the,
proposal or the,
make the proposal to council during our next council meeting if we get it on the agenda.
okay, I'll do that. Could you get me the particulars, Charles?
Yes, sir. I will do that.
Okay, great. So I'll definitely do it. I mean, and in the meantime, we can look at what we got left on the budget. So,
Like I said, we may not have enough to actually cover it, but we can ask council to move money in the budget.
yeah, it's not like we haven't done that before.
Yeah,
It is a
well,
worthwhile project.
yeah, actually, the money council approved for the new municipal building is going a lot farther than we had predicted. Almost everything in there is coming in under the budgeted amount. So,
There are funds available.
well, I don't want to say that till we get it open, but
Finish.
it's moving
Yeah.
right along.
Well, that's good.
This isn't
Some of these services-
actually.
But here's a few more. So things like health or dental needs, childcare, public safety. And on that facilities side, I mentioned a couple of these, but also things like streets and sidewalks, water and sewer, parks, playgrounds. It's a pretty big,
Jennifer, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
keep that in mind as we.
Okay, I wasn't sure who was talking.
Oh my God, I'm listening to another one. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was muted. My bad. Or unmuted. I'm
No
sorry. I'm trying to do 2 Zoom calls at one time.
I'm gonna mute you on this one, okay?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, sorry about that, whoever was talking.
Okay. Anyhow, we may have money to be able to move it if we need to.
Yeah, and I was telling Tom that I'm at home now. So if I were at work, I would look at the budget, but I'm at home right now. So I'll check it out tomorrow and give y'all an update on what the balance is at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. Appreciate it. Okay, then I'll move on to agenda item number 4, discussing possible action on the visit to the park by Mr. Todd Miller. I talked to this guy for the Game Time Playgrounds by Total Recreation Products. I talked to him again this week, earlier in the, or late last week, and he was supposed to email me some exercise equipment that we might want to consider, putting in the park for at a, maybe once every 6 months, just sort of on a timed type emplacement, so that we could afford to do that. But he hasn't done that yet, so I'll save that and I'll get a hold of him again and tell him to get off his horse and get going if he wants to do any business. So I'll move. What was that, Charles? I didn't hear you.
I said, okay. Talk to him.
Okay, I will. If he wants to make any money. So if no further discussion on that item, I will move to item number 5. Discuss impossible action on the status of the bench for location within the park. We do have the bench, but I wouldn't want to put it up until we find out if and when we get the shade, because that might figure into where we might want to locate the bench. Does that sound logical?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, then we will hold off on figuring out where we want to put that bench.
Okay.
So, agenda item number 6, discuss impossible action on procurement, location, and erection of the flagpole within the park. And we did get the flagpole procurement approved, and they have been ordered. And I got an email today from the flagpole vendor, and they have been shipped. So we should be getting the flagpoles. I guess we won't want to start emplacement at City Hall, the new City Hall, until it is completed. I don't know if we want to put up the one at the current City Hall now, or should we wait until it becomes the community center? So, I mean, that's a question that we might want to consider. Any
Yeah,
thoughts on that? Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, this is Charles, and for location, I would say center it on the building, between the ramps and halfway between the building and the crosswalk in front of it. I'd kind of like to move forward with that, and get the flags up as soon as possible, whether it's City Hall or community center. I'd like to see it on site and the lights lit up.
I'm not opposed to either way, waiting or putting it up. It's not difficult to erect. I mean, I pretty much did my own, and I'm not strong anymore. I did have my grandson helping me, but but it's not hard to do. So
Okay.
we just
well,
have to buy some Quikrete and get some PVC to put in the middle to strengthen it. So
okay.
so when it comes, we can look at it and put it together and figure out where we want to put it.
Okay. I think that's a good plan. You and me and whoever else we can
I think
fool
we
into
can
showing up.
hijack John to do it. And maybe
You,
Gary, I
me,
don't know.
John. If we scheduled early in the morning, we could get Ann and Raylene involved in it when they're
Yeah.
down there for the walk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think when it gets here, we need to have a discussion and maybe post it on social media. We're going to have a flag raising Saturday morning and
Sounds
see who
good.
shows up.
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good.
I got an old-fashioned set of post hole diggers. We can put concrete in the ground.
Yeah,
There you go.
not hard to do. It's got a sleeve that you put in and put the concrete around it so you can remove it when you need to. You know, if you have to pull it out to do something. So,
Marvelous.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
When it gets in, let's look at working on that.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, so I'll move, any further discussion? All right, I'll move on to agenda item number 7, discuss and possible action on status of the water trailer acquisition. We did get the disbursement of the funds for this. Now all we have to do is get the equipment and put it together. And so,
Okay, is Catherine still on the line with us?
I am. I passed that on to Charlotte. What you gave me, I passed on to Charlotte. I know that she at the same time was working on getting the flagpoles done. So I don't
Okay.
recall which one. I think we're waiting on a tax exempt status from, what is it, Tractor Supply?
Yes.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, she tried calling the store and they said that she has to order it online to be able to get it tax exempt, but I think someone was just being lazy. And so
Most probably so.
online, and then I want to say she called someone. I know that she sent our tax exempt form and now we're just waiting on getting the status so we can get it ordered. But if anyone wants to follow up with Charlotte tomorrow, she'll be in at 9 until about 3.
Okay, I will give her a call in the morning, and I'll just send an email blast out to the entire committee on updating the status of that order.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I think did you also have a contact or something on that email you sent me? Or
No, just Tractor Supply.
Oh, okay, then it might have been the flagpole and everything that I know she was contacting someone, but she was working on both of them at the same time, so I'm not sure where either of the statuses are. But she'll let you know if you call.
Okay. I'll call her up in the morning and update everybody when we have an answer.
Okay,
Thank you, Catherine, and thank
You're
you for
welcome.
hosting the meeting.
oh, you're welcome.
All right, Tom,
Okay,
back to you.
all right, well, if there's no further discussion on anything, I'll move on to agenda. Any further discussion? Okay,
No.
and I'll move on to it. Go ahead. Did I hear something or was,
I think it was
All
just
right.
feedback.
okay, maybe I thought I was hallucinating, but anyhow, I do that sometimes. Okay, I'll move on to agenda item 8, and it is 7:55
It's
or
6:54.
6:55. I'm sorry, 6:55. There I was hallucinating again. And we'll adjourn the meeting.
All right, good night, all.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
Have a good night.
Night.
Stay safe.
Y'all too.